Okay, Hatboro Horsham. Follow up to what I did last Thursday on the Zoom meeting that we had, and that was to just show movable chords, a movable chord that if you move down one, one, two, I have a C7 here, and if I move that down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, that's the 4 chord. That's the 4 chord, which is an F7th. And if I move that F7 down 2, it's a G7th. That's the 5 chord, which means I end up with 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, which is in the key of C. That's 1, 4, 5 is a C, F, and a G. In the key of D, it's a D, a G, and an A, as you should well know since you've done so many songs in D, G, and A. If I were to take this D7 right here, here's a C, 7th, C sharp 7th, D 7th. If I take this D7 and move that down 5, I'll hit the 4 chord, which is the G, which is the G. It's a 7th though. And that's the 4 chord in the key of D. And if I move it 7 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have an A 7th, and that would be D, G, A. So I'm just going to do some songs where I talked about using just a little pattern like this, the boom chuck pattern. And what I'm doing there is I'm hitting the bass note, C, and then hitting the rest of that chord, but not string 1, either with my 2 fingers, index on string 3 and middle on string 2. And to sing a song that way, but instead of playing C, F, and G, move that chord down to the F chord down here, which is, once again, that's 5 notes or 5 frets away. And then when I get to the 5 chord, move that 7 frets away, or doing simple math, two frets away from this 5 chord. This is 5 away, the 4 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 away from that is the G7th chord, which is 5 plus 2, 7 away from this original C chord. From whatever chord I start up here, I can find the 4 and 5 chord, and then just move it down to those positions when I'm playing. So if I took just Elvis's first song that he ever did was "That's Alright, Mama, that's alright for you. You can do anything with anything you do, well that's alright." Now, normally I would go to an F right here. That's alright. That's all, then to a G. That's the 5 chord, 4 or 5. Right, mama, back to the 4 chord. Any way you do. Now you notice I played everything up here, right? C, F, G. Now I can play C7th, F7th, and G7th. Give it a little bluesy sound with that 7th thrown in. And the key thing here is that from strings 2 to 5, I've got something held down in this chord. Whenever I make this chord, all the strings from 2 to 5 are held down. And that's what I'm going to play. If I played the Elvis song there using C, F, G, using the F here and the G here, it becomes "That's alright, mama, that's alright for you. You can do anything with anything you do, well that's alright." Now I'm going to come down here. That's alright. Now go to the G. That's alright now, mama. F. Any way you do. Well, so that's all there is to that. The rest is up to you. It's getting your fingers to do that. This is easy. I'm making that C7th chord, which is a C chord. I'm not going to work that out for you now. You should know what a C chord is, and there's plenty of chord diagrams around. That's a C chord, and I just put my pinky on string 3, fret 3, and that's the 7th note that I'm adding into that. I'm hitting C with my thumb, and then hitting strings 2, 3, and 4 with my 2 fingers, middle on string 2, index on string 3, and then my thumb on string 4, and I'm just going, that's alright, mama, that's alright for you. You can do anything, well, anything you do, well, that's alright. And then coming down for that. That's it. Instead of, that's alright, mama. See, a little more interesting than that. But there's one other thing I'm going to give you before I cut off of this, and then we'll give you songs like I promised the guys I would, where you can use this technique. You can use it in a lot of an awful lot of Eric Clapton songs that since he's going back to old blues all the time, that you can use it. But surprisingly, the Beatles and others have songs that are, you can tell they kind of developed this way. So, and that's alternated bass. Now that takes a little more time on your part, or else you don't put the time in, it won't happen. And what I'm doing there is I'm hitting string with my thumb, string 5, fret 3, string 4, fret 2, and then I'm moving my ring finger up to string 6, fret 3, and then hitting it with my thumb, and then hitting string 4, fret 2 again. So I'm going. That's alright, mama, that's alright for you. You can do anything, well, anything you do, but that's alright. See down here, that's alright now, mama, any way you do. And that's what you practice, and you practice doing that. And I'll give you a series of songs that you can do that with. And I'm going to give you one final thing, which is a stretch for a lot of people. But if you just accomplish this, if you just accomplish any of this, you're progressing, you're moving in the right direction. The next thing that you want to do with that is to get that finger picked a little in a pattern. And I'm going. So what I'm doing there is thumb and thumb on string 5, fret 3, thumb, the bass note, I should say, the bass note on string 4, fret 2. And then I come up to this other bass note, string 6, fret 3. And I hit this string 3, there's 6, fret 3. And then with my middle finger, I hit string 2. I didn't have to say the fret. The fingers down here don't move. The only thing that's moving is this ring finger. And then it becomes, well, that's alright, mama, that's alright for you. You can do anything, well, anything you do, but that's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama, any way you do. So that's it for this video, because that's practice. It should be, you can slow the video down, you have a little gear down on the bottom, you can slow that video down and see what I'm doing here. There's no magic. It just comes out in a organized fashion that sounds good to your ear. It's because it's organized. It's not just, something like that. It comes out with this pattern that's recognizable. I'm singing against that pattern. Well, that's alright, mama. Well, that's alright for you. You can do anything, well, anything. And then I can vary it. See, I'm going back to the boom chuck. Well, that's alright, mama. And then switching. See, alright, mama. That's alright for you. You can do anything, well, anything you do. Well, that's alright. So I'm varying how loud I play it, but that's all touch, and that comes with the more you get those basics under control. Basics take some time, but it's really worth the effort. And I'll see you at the next video with some examples.